Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here at Fino Boxing, like this video, and leave your comments down below. And follow us at all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing, and my personal one is at Adriana_sports.
We've obviously seen a rise in the heavyweight division. Do you believe that a victory over Dubois would give you a shot to face Fury or I'm sorry, Fury or Joshua?
Yeah, it will definitely like catapult me because he's been built very well with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions, and it's like it'll be the decider who will be number one for that platform, and from there, then it puts the winner directly in line for a title shot. So it's a very um like, it would be a very lucrative from then on.
Mm.
And plus, I think there was 6 belts on the line or something, 6 or 7 belts.
Oh, okay, so you counting well, I usually just count four, but I know some other people count
No, I mean not. I'm
or what
not
do you
world
mean?
title belts. I'm
Oh.
saying for the Daniel Dubois fight. I think
Oh,
there
okay.
was the British title, the Commonwealth, European. I think it was like WBC silver.
Okay.
I don't know, WBA silver.
I don't remember.
But yeah, there was a lot of belts. So.
There's a lot of belts in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of belts on the line.
WBO something, some other WBO belt. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, a lot at stake there. That, like you mentioned, it could catapult you into a fight with either champ in Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua. Do you have a preference between to face between those two champs?
whoa. Either of them would be good. Uh, Obviously, with AJ, there's more belts to win. There's 4 belts opposed to 2
Yeah.
because the lineal,
Yeah.
the
I
WBC.
mean, I usually just count the four major orgs. So the way I count them, Anthony Joshua has three, and Tyson Fury has the WBC. Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way,
yeah. I can't wait to see that fight if that happens as well.
you want to see that UK undisputed fight between Fury
Yeah, and
and
then I can
Joshua
fight the winner,
and fight the winner?
or the loser, then the winner. I don't know.
who do you think would win between them two, between Fury and Joshua?
I don't actually know. I think it'll be a 50-50 fight, and I don't know. It's a tough one because oh man, it's like Fury showed a different side against Wilder, and then Joshua also showed a different side against the Ruiz second fight. So
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting fight. I don't know. I can't pick right now.
You make a valid point where both of them were able to adjust to a different style that kind of not really expected in both their rematches. Even Tyson Fury, we saw him come out and just brawl it out, and he told us during fight week that he was going to do that, and he kept predicting a second round knockout. He almost
Yeah,
had
I was
that.
like, yeah,
That,
yes.
that.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna knock him out in the second round. I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
all right, all right,
right.
all right,
Everyone just kind of
Tyson.
brushed him off. Yeah,
But then he
everyone.
actually did it, and then I was just like, oh man, he just like punched him up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he got the win.
Yeah, I mean, we were all shocked. How were you surprised that he actually did pretty much what he was saying all along?
Yeah, I was like speechless. I was like, he just came there and just demolished him, and then I don't know, and then that was it, and then
Yeah,
walked off with the belt with the
yeah,
WBC. I was like,
right.
damn.
And how's it?
So
Go ahead, go ahead.
I think if he was to fight Joshua, I don't know if he'd do the same tactic. I think that would be because a bit dangerous because I think Joshua's quite good, close range, and he can put the punches together. Then maybe he'd box him like more in the back foot, like he fought Wilder the first time.
Hmm.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
be interesting what each other's tactics would be
it is.
going in.
It would be. Yeah, we need to see that so we can have our answers on how each would play it out. But going back to the Fury Wilder too, um, so you were surprised, obviously, of how Fury came out strong and was able to dominate him. But what about how surprised were you that Wilder was dominated the way he was?
Um, Actually, I don't know. Actually, thinking about it, I'm not that surprised because I guess like a lot of his fights, you see, like against Ortiz,
Mm-hmm.
Ortiz was beating him for like 7 rounds. He was
Yeah,
comfortably winning, and
yeah.
then he just got pow out of nowhere, and then he's like flattened and out of the fight. So it can just switch. Wilder has that power to just like turn the fight around instantly with one punch. So
Yeah.
he's always got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that we kind of got a preview of that in the Ortiz 2 fight where many saw Ortiz winning and then or even on the cards and then Wilder
Oh,
just took
yeah,
over with that punch.
yeah,
Do you think that obviously the fight against Fury, the second one was stopped and some were arguing that it should have been kept going because he has that right hand that could have potentially ended things differently. Do you think it was to stop the correct time, or if we should have given him more
yeah. I
time?
thought it stopped the correct time because I don't think he had a chance of winning. He was just getting bashed up for like, and it's just you started to get like dangerous. Like so, um, I'm not sure if I want to see the rematch because I thought he won the first time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I thought he outpointed him, but then obviously got dropped in the last round, and then but picked himself up and carried on fighting. So
You thought that Fury won the first time?
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
on points.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Like if there was to have a third one, maybe it'd be the same thing again.
Hmm.
Is it? I mean, unless Wilder just came out with some mad shot and just knocked him completely out, and then Fury couldn't get up again.
Yeah. Well, I guess
But,
it,
and then he won't have the excuse for the the heavy
the heavy
costume.
costume. What
Yeah.
did you make of that when you heard that?
Well, I mean, it was quite a long walk into the stadium, but like, I think he said in another interview that he trained with a weight vest, but
Yeah.
I guess like walking to the ring with it, it can like see when you like lose fights or don't perform how you know you should, then you think about every little thing, every little piece of the puzzle, which could have potentially been the cause. You can't quite try and look for an excuse. I know even if I win a fight sometimes and I made lots of mistakes, I'm thinking like, oh, I could have done better with this or I could have done better with that. So it's like you want to get everything right as like within your power. So maybe he deserves a rematch uh, to prove himself.
Yeah. Would you be interested in getting a crack at Deontay Wilder, even if he is not a world champion?
Yeah, it's very dangerous, but if it makes sense, then yeah, I'll fight him. Why not?
Yeah. Well, another potential opponent that you've actually faced in the amateurs is Usyk. Now that he's up in the heavyweight division, would you entertain the possibility of fighting the Ukrainian if the opportunity presented itself?
Yeah, I'll do a rematch, especially if it is for like a version of a world title or something like that. That'd be interesting, and obviously it makes sense. This boxing's a business, and I'll fight anybody.
Yeah. What do you make of a lot of people say that he is a bit smaller for the division that we
Yeah.
currently have right now. What do you make of his, I guess, his size, but his abilities in general in the heavyweight division?
Well, yeah. I mean, most of the heavyweights are like six, two up, or like in okay. For instance, when I was in the Olympics, I was standing on the podium. We're all over 6'6".
Yeah.
So It just says it just, people are getting bigger and heavyweights are getting bigger, and Usyk, his skills though are like a next level. Like when I fought him, I was way too um, inexperienced to fight him. He was so much more technical, and his speed, his head movement was a lot more polished. So it was really hard to land a shot on him. And in the WSB events, I saw him take on the super heavyweights, the guys at my weight, and just punch them up. I think my fight with him was like the closest one, and it's such a amazing event. Like there's so much support in York Hall. That from the Ukraine, I was like, which country am I in again? They had like drums and that, they were banging. Like, it was one hell of a fight.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think if I was to fight him again, over 12 rounds, then I don't think he could keep me off for that many rounds, because he's not knocking me out. I mean, he has put on more strength and power. He looks bigger, but he's also a bit slower, so it'll be a bit more easy to hit.
Yeah.
And then also I've progressed in my professional career, so I have more tools in my toolbox to take him on this time.
All right. Well,
if I'm going to fight him.
Yeah, right. Well, there's definitely lots of opportunities in the heavyweight division. One last heavyweight I'd like to get your thoughts on are Andy Ruiz. We obviously saw him lose to Joshua in that rematch in Saudi Arabia, but now he's joined Eddie Reynoso. What do you make of just where Andy Ruiz stands? Do you think he can, come back? And what Eddie Reynoso do you think would add to him to come back up?
I think when he's like training properly and he's fit and he's fighting fit and ready and at the weight, I think he'll perform better. I think he could even make cruiserweight at a push, but he's got super fast hands, and he's got that Latin style. He's got I think he had a Cuban coach when he was amateur, and he had so many fights, and he's got that Mexican style as well, very fast hands. So he obviously when Joshua troubled him, that he was like, okay, so you want to play like that, and that's when he like knocked him out. So he can be dangerous. Like even if you're there on top throwing punches at him, he's quite calm under pressure, and he can like hit you with some wicked fast counters, and he puts them shots together very well. He's got good combinations. I think his footwork though isn't. I mean, his positioning is good, but I think you see how Joshua stayed on the outside and was, keep him at range. Mm-hmm. That would be the way to beat him. So he needs to be fit so he can actually close the distance quicker and get to work with them combinations. Yeah. So, I mean, he would be a hard fight. I didn't, because when I was in Big Bear with Abel Sanchez, I was training up there with him. I saw him spar. I was up there, and I saw him spar with Charles Martin. Mm-hmm. But because of the altitude and his fitness, he was really struggling. He could only do like 2 or 3 rounds. So I saw him on the pads and that. I didn't really think that much of him, but I thought. But I was willing to spar, but he didn't want to spar me up there. Okay. So then when he fought, when it got, because I was interested in fighting Joshua in America. So I've been boxing in America. So I was willing to fight because he was looking for an opponent, but obviously you needed an American opponent. And I just thought it'd be, because Joshua is so good, I just thought he would just easily just walk through him like he normally does, like get the knockout early and, just to continue on. So it's a big shock when Andy Ruiz did the job and knocked him out. Like it was very surprising. I was like, he seemed almost untouchable to that point.
Yeah. It definitely shocked the world that day. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see how he comes back with his new trainer. A lot of people do say, he has some talent, of course, but discipline is a key factor there. So we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, he's made his money. He's nice, isn't it? He's had 2 fights now. Like he had that first fight, won all that, got all that money, and then sorted himself a house. He was chilling, and then he had the rematch where he must have thought, well, I'm gonna get the money anyway. So maybe his dedication was a bit was not quite there, and then I don't know. He's nice now, so I don't know if it's just there's a saying like it's hard to get up at 5 a.m. to do road work if you're wearing silk pajamas. I forget who said that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We'll see how he comes back. We'll definitely see. Well, let me. Obviously, we've talked about so many potential fights that could happen, so many different things, and right now we're obviously waiting for the tentative date of July 11th against Danny Dubois. In the meantime, just really quickly, how are you when you're not training, when you're not doing anything boxing related? How are you keeping entertained at home?
Well, as people may know, I'm a bit of a gamer. I have my PC set up. This is my laptop. This is what I take on training camps. Because it's got a built-in camera, but behind it I've got like 2 monitors. I've got my gaming PC, and I don't know. This is where stuff goes down. This is my gaming room. So I play a lot of PC games now.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that, but I'm getting a bit bored of that now, and I've also got my VR headset where I can do like
Oh,
VR
wow.
games and stuff.
Nice, nice. What are these? I'm not too familiar with games, but what are some of these? The name of the games that your favorite ones that you like to play?
Well, there's Thrill of the Fight, which is like a boxing game. It's really realistic. I think it was just made by one guy, and there's a Beat Saber where you got like these 2 lightsabers and you got to like do it to the music, and there's a Pistol Whip, and that's to the music as well. You can either have 1 gun or 2 guns, and you got to like shoot these characters on the screen
Yeah.
and stuff like that. The thing is, you need space for these things. Like on the way back, I was doing that at the airport. Me and my coach, one of
Yeah.
my coaches, and my manager and a sparring partner. We brought a sparring partner, Johnny. We were doing it in the airport. People were like, "What are these guys doing?" Like,
Like fooling
fighting at
around.
the airport in the middle of the airport.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Yeah, and obviously training. I'm normally active anyway. I do a lot of cycling. I was on my rollerblades the other day. I do runs, and I've got kettlebells and a few like weights and stuff. So I do a bit of shadow boxing and stuff like that. Just keeping myself fit and healthy.
Nice. Yeah. Well, definitely. Yeah. Just staying ready for that tentative date, July 11th. We hope we get to see you in action really, really soon. Joe, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Really appreciate it. Take care, stay safe, and like I mentioned, we look forward to seeing you back in the ring really, really soon.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Thank you. We'll do.
You're
Take care.
welcome.
All right.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye. Okay, stop.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm like, what are these buttons do?
Thank
Anyway,
you.
take care.
Take care. You too.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here at Fino Boxing, like this video, and leave your comments down below. And follow us at all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing, and my personal one is at Adriana_sports.